work's been stopped today. Can you tell me why it's been stopped?
No, mate. No comment.
No comment.
No comment at all.
Anybody else want to speak about it?
No comment.
No comment.
No, mate. They're not comfortable talking to you like that. I'll deal with these.
Yeah. Just need to get a signature from there, you know, just to make sure that you guys are...
I've got a picture of document they had that they've signed.
Okay. Do you know if the resident's actually in at the minute?
I'm not sure if they're in, but we'll start with.
I'll just go and give it a knock on anyway.
Yeah, not a problem, mate, not a problem. Sound
to get some confirmation. Morning, guys.
I'm here today because I don't want to cut these trees down, basically, and I thought that after Gove's visit we'd be, you know, they were, well, I was hoping they'd be safe for a while anyway, but they've come in with a vengeance, as you can see. So
what are you knitting today then?
I'm knitting a tree.
You want to be careful, they might want to cut that down. Is that
well, this is part, we've got an art group going now to celebrate Sheffield street trees, and we've had lots of things happening like painting, drawing, textile work.
And is this going to form part of the exhibition in November?
Yes, yes, we're all going to be out there on November the 11th at, remember the name of the road? Western Road. Hopefully there'll be lots of us there.
Dan Llewellyn Hall.
Dan Llewellyn Hall will be there, a famous artist, and lots of people.
Do you think Michael Gove will be there?
Wouldn't that be great?
We're not invited him.
We're not invited him, but it's a good idea.
Just a matter of public interest, I understand it's a shared drive. Half the commission is granting and half not, is that correct?
I couldn't say, unfortunately.
I don't know ins and outs of it.
We've just spoken with the resident at this time.
Yeah.
Right, and what's the result of your investigation on that side of the property?
We've spoken with the resident who was happy for any work to be carried out, and also for anyone standing within the perimeter. He just kind of wants to stay out of the issue. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Would there been a divided decision? What's your intention now?
No comment, mate.
Okay. Is there anything stopping you from working at this moment in time?
No comment, mate.
Why aren't you working then?
No comment.
Okay. Do you want to comment on why you're not working?
No comment.
None.
And what about yourself? Do you want to comment why you're not working?
No comment, mate.
Hello. I'm just filming what's going on around here. Do you mind speaking to me on camera? I can't see you very much in the bushes, but do you mind if I ask you?
Happy to, yes.
If I just ask you a question then?
Where are you from?
Social media. So basically, the world's watching. So do you have anything to say about the reason why you're in the bush today?
We want to stop them felling that tree. It's a healthy tree. It's a beautiful tree. It's good for the environment. There's no reason to bring it down.
For the reason you've been in here, I assume you've got permission. Is that correct?
Yes,
Yes, we have.
So you got permission from the landowner of the home.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you have any messages to the people watching this?
It's not just happening in Sheffield, it's happening all around the country. People are, often big companies are taking decisions, but it's cheaper to cut these trees down than to maintain them into the future. And particularly with things like the air pollution at the moment, we desperately need to keep these trees. We can't lose them just for the sake of money.
No, and these aren't just our trees or Sheffield City Council's trees. They're the trees that belong to the people of Sheffield and the next generations to come, keeping the air clean, keeping the pollution down. They're vitally important.
And Michael Gove came to visit here yesterday, didn't he? Do you know about that?
Yes, yes, yeah.
And now today, Sheffield City Council, Amy and Acorn seem to think it might be a good idea to take down the tree he visited.
The first tree they tried to chop down this morning was the tree he looked at yesterday and said he could see no good reason why anybody would chop it down, but it was madness. that, and they put up their barriers on private land without permission.
Yeah.
It's a bit like the Wild West.
Yes, they're behaving, Sheffield City Council are behaving outrageously. You know, I mean, the guys working for here on the tree felling are usually very reasonable and pleasant, but Sheffield City Council are just, they're a Labour council, for heaven's sake. I don't know what they think they're playing at. We'd like to see National Labour taking a bit of notice about the way they're behaving, to be honest.
And has anybody said why this particular tree today might be being felled?
Is it pavement disturbance?
Mostly it's pavement disturbance. We have a list of the ones that are diseased, and we all recognise that some trees do have to come down. I mean, a diseased tree isn't safe, but the ones that we're protecting, it's usually pavement disturbance.
It is, yes. And as someone who's pushed a double buggy around these streets, it is just utterly unnecessary. It does feel like they're just going for the least reason to fell them.
I mean, my husband's in his 80s and he's not very steady on his feet. He needs a stick. He doesn't find the trees or the tree roots any problem at all.
The wheelie bins, the parked cars, the street furniture, yes, but not the trees.
No.
Hi mate, I've just spoken with the resident. He's happy for anyone to be within the perimeter, and he's also happy for you to be in the perimeter as well.
50-50.
It's 50-50. Like I said, we're just here to make sure everyone's okay, keeping the peace and things like that. We can't obviously stay.
Right, and that's fine if we're still allowed to put a barrier in this side. Right?
Yeah, he's happy with that, and he's also happy with people standing there.
No, that's fine, mate. You've done your job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I just ask you, what do you intend to do now?
No comment, mate.
Yep, we're in the barrier because that's the final, the last resort, as the council likes to say, for preventing the felling. This happens to be the tree that a government minister visited yesterday, but that's their choice, the council. They've chosen to come and fell that particular tree this morning. We're just doing what we would do anywhere else in the city, anywhere else in the area, and we're now currently spread out. I don't think they felled a tree yet today, as far as I can make out, and they've been across 3 or 4 sites. So.
Some people might say Michael Gove's visit is Sheffield City Council's way of sticking the finger up at him.
Well, interestingly, they didn't do any felling yesterday while he was here. They invited him to see the reality of the felling programme and what a good thing it was. And as it happens, they didn't carry out the programme whilst he was here. So they're either proud of what they're doing or they're not. I don't know why they didn't show him the reality. He met the reality on our side, he didn't meet the reality on their side.
Can I just ask you what the stance is regarding the work going on there with the hotel? Do they want this to stay?
We've spoken with the general manager. They are unsure beyond the gates who actually owns this land, whether it's council owned or whether it's theirs. At this time they're not prepared to dig out any paperwork to suggest that, and they're happy for people to stand there as long as there's no public order or any offences like that. So we're just going to resume. Okay.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Why haven't you arrested anybody today? I mean, I understand there's a civil dispute with the council and that. Just want to know, why hasn't anybody been arrested? Because
there's been no offences for us to deal with.
Right.
There's been no public order or any offences committed. That's what our role is in this, really, to keep the peace.
Even though they're inside the barrier and broken the High Court injunction, is that not something that is arrestable for?
Yeah,
it's just a public record.
It's a civil matter, I'm afraid.
All right, cheers.
Thank you.
Driver of the private residence. He's telling Amanda now he's got permission to people on the corner property to the rental property.
Can I just get through to that property there, thanks?
Do whatever you want, my friend.
Cheers, thanks. Is there a threat of arrest here, do you think?
I think there's a near promise of it.
And what's the arrest for?
They're looking at whether aggravated trespass is being committed.
And the definition of aggravated trespass?
No idea.
I'm not sure if that's actually happened today.
I don't know what the definition is. I don't believe it is. The barriers were set up after we were here. I think there are several reasons why it shouldn't happen. But like I've just said to the gentleman who's perfectly nice, this copy here, it's a threat from the council. They're trying to scare people again, and we've got to stand our ground.
So what's the tell Matt to just like I can't because he's a public. We're in a public.
Oh, he's getting paid for this.
I don't know. It's not.
Cool.
I
It
don't
matter,
know
it's fine.
about that.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
but we're in a public place, so I can't stop anybody filming anything.
Just a public record, what's going on?
Yeah, I'll tap in for you. Alright.
In fact, just let me.
If there's any personal details exchanged, I'll delete them.
You aim at
Yeah, I'm Acorn. Yeah.
Put your details in there.
Is somebody going to be arrested today, do you know?
Not at the moment.
Oops. Space. Space. There we go. Is it your number or? No?
Yeah, go on. Just publish your telephone number in as well.
Cool.
Well, thank you very much. Go on, what's been happening?
The crack is, we just turn up to site and we've got a specific tree step down.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a grey area on, well, with the injunction about where they can stand and where we can put our barriers. Some people give permission and then they go after us and talk it out and then we send possession of the barriers in the land, etc. So they're standing in our work site, stopping us from working, which is breach of the injunction. However, when they have consent from the residents to stand on their property, and if we work above them, then we obviously don't do it for health and safety. And there's been an issue down there with the hotel, where they stood this morning, and we put our barriers, there's a grey area, still owns it at the moment, so that's just been left alone. I mean, your boys came out this morning and made a note of it. So how it works is, if they give us, if a resident gives us permission to put our barriers in their work side, sorry, in their garden, in their property, and these people stand in their property, that means they are in breach of the injunction. So that's just what it is really.
Has that happened at this address?
Yeah, the fella gave us permission to put barriers in his site and work within his site, and then I think he'd been hassled that much, he just said, right, just leave it because it doesn't be, you know, because he doesn't be left alone, you see. And people keep knocking on his door, asking him to change his mind and asking him to let us stand in his garden, etc. So then he's just like, look, just leave me alone, just try and rescind the permission to put barriers in his garden.
Right. In relation to the site here, what time did you arrive on site?
We were here 9 this morning.
9,
Yeah.
okay. When the work site went up, was there anyone on the site at the time?
Not this one, I don't think. I think as we were setting it up, people started to arrive, because they were all up there with me, you see. So I sent the lads, because they got stopped on their sites.
Yeah.
So I said, lads, sit up on these trees.
Right, okay.
So then, obviously, as we were setting up, they stood in the driveway, which I shouldn't have got permission for.
Yeah.
And then they started climbing into the hedge as well.
Okay.
So, and then people just started to stand in the barriers as it was getting set up.
Right. Have you got any evidence cameras on site? Or?
Just us.
Just yourselves? Okay.
Yeah, I've got all the, council's got all the photos now anyway.
Right. Has anyone been taking photos from your team or videos or anything like that?
Yeah, me, had to photos.
You should have.
Yeah.
So you send them out to the council?
Yeah.
Right. Well, at the minute, I think we're going to test a couple of the legal issues.
Yeah.
And again, it's still between me and the group to force. So we're just going to be able to monitor. We've got all the details. So we'll wait for the tactical decision from our team. I'm not going to be putting out something.
Oh no,
you know the score, don't you?
Yeah. Okay. Neither of us in the knowledge, so but we have tactical discussions with how this problem was done on public
People get away from it, doing our barrels here, that's a dream.
So I'm sorry.
Yeah.
May I say, you've been very good today.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
What's the update? What's happening now? You know.
I've been informed just to liaise with my sergeant. He'll give you any further updates should you require.
I'll be honest, I'll say it's going to happen.
Gone for a tree they weren't supposed to come.
barrier restriction been lifted now?
You what, sorry? No, we're just back in the site away.
Back to site away.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody seems to have packed up and gone away, but you stood next to a tree here and you just had your photograph taken by the Sheffield Star, is that correct?
Yes, indeed, yeah.
And what can you tell me about this tree then?
Well, this is the tree that Michael Gove saw, and it was explained to him what the reasons were for the proposed felling, in that the curbstone is displaced by about 3 inches. And it was this tree that led him to describe the circumstances of felling a 120-year-old tree, all the value that that provides for that very minor piece of damage. And it's this that coined his term bonkers.
Bonkers, that's an interesting word.
It seems a good choice. It's one of 85% of trees that are felled in this programme are perfectly healthy. This is just one of them, and it's exactly what we think. It's bonkers to look at that and say, rather than repair the little bit that's below my foot here, that they chop down the tree that's behind me.